Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from Radio 1.
Welcome to the show. In a time of COVID-19, how can we still party, but party responsibly? You've seen this massive wave of house parties that have been taking over everywhere. But the question is, how can technology make that experience a whole lot smoother? One of my most favorite segments is Tech for Change, where we speak to people and individuals and companies in the technology space using technology for some form of social good. Let's be honest, we all like to party, right? In some capacity, different people have different ideas of partying. Like for you, maybe like a high intensity dance trippy kind of party is yours. But for me, maybe it's just like a sit down conversation, get together with friends, maybe playing board games. Is my flavor. With me on Tech for Change this morning is Srinivas Shinde, who is the founder of Playace. We're talking about the future of partying and how do people exactly party in the pandemic. So first things first, Srinivas, it's good to have you on the show, man. How are you? What's going on? All okay?
Hey Karan, first of all, thanks a lot for having me here. It's an honor. We've been good. How about you? I hope things are good at your end too.
Srinivas, I've been at a lack of partying. I don't even remember what a party looks like, man. But otherwise, things have been really, really good. I think the most recent party that I had personally was when I got engaged recently. So that was not a party, but it was more of a family get together. So that was that. But man, how things have changed, right? In just a span of such a short time. And I'm sure you're personally seeing trends in how people party. We'll get to that, and after that, I want to kind of get to what Playace is all about. But firstly, what kind of trends are you seeing personally with the way that people are partying in today's day and age? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, see, I think one of the most important aspects that we got to see is observe things around. And I'm sure in this pandemic, you have seen that people are wanting to step out after being locked down for months. And what better can it be to catch up with your friends and your loved ones over a house party, right? And I always believe that humans are social animals, so you can't really keep them locked inside a room, so I mean, they want to talk to a lot of people. They want to talk to people they enjoy speaking to, and house parties are one such avenue where there's a lot of conversations, a
So
lot of
you've
laughter.
definitely seen that trend pick up off late, where people are moving towards the ones who would prefer going to the club are now the ones saying that, dude, let's just chill with an intimate house party just between us and people we know who are safe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, see, as you see, people are avoiding going out to crowded places. They feel comfortable with people who they have certain sense of comfort with, right? It could be your friends or family, like I said. So yeah, as you rightly said, people are preferring more of house parties compared to the other modes of social gatherings.
Srinivas, what kind of person are you? Like, to start something like Playace, what kind of person are you when it comes to partying?
Well, I don't have to tell you that I love house parties, right? Right. I mean, one of the reasons why I love house parties is because it gives me a sense of comfort. It gives me, house parties have a very candid sort of vibe, right? And I'm a kind of a person who's always going to convince you, or which I've done in the past as well. All my friends who have always wanted to go to clubs or bars or pubs, I have always ended up hosting a house party for them at my place. So yes, for me, I love having a good conversation over a couple of drinks. Love talking to people, love catching up with friends. So yeah, so that's what you're
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
find about me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to figure out how tech kind of fits into the space of partying with what you do at Playace. I want to talk about those trends in technology, number one. But I also want to talk about how, let's say there are people in today's day and age who have an extra home that they've picked up and just left there, but they want to get some form of revenue out of the same, but not give it to a commitment like full-fledged rent kind of thing. So we'll discuss that as well.
Right. So yeah, I mean, as I told you previously, I've always loved house party as a setup, as a social gathering avenue for social gathering. So I've hosted a lot of house parties for my friends, their friends, and their friends. People have come to my house and spend some time even while I was sleeping in my bedroom, right? But when I started getting deeper into it, right, I started figuring out that why aren't there as many house parties that even I get to attend, apart from hosting.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I started getting deeper into it, I figured out. I mean, that is just my theory. That's my analogy. I thought that we live in a culture where we live with our folks, we live with our parents, right? And there's a mental block which is there where which wants us to have the entire space to ourselves while hosting a house
Yeah, yeah,
party,
yeah. Of
right?
course.
Yeah, so we wait for our parents and we wait for our folks to go out overnight to host a house party, which doesn't really happen often, right? Which is why hosting a house party becomes a mere occasion,
Right,
right? So
right.
that is the crux of a problem that I thought we wanted to solve. So we wanted to create a platform which could connect people looking to attend a house party with people willing to
Host one.
host one.
So
Yeah.
cool.
So what fueled this particular idea was, my I fell in love. I mean, it was love at first sight with this particular company called Airbnb back in 2015, right? So I fell in love with the way it looked, the concept, and every little time that I had, I used to explore the venues there, and how it was functioning and stuff like that. In 2016, I got an opportunity to go to the US, and obviously, Airbnb was the first choice of booking a stay. And I was in LA, outside my host's apartment, waiting for an Uber, and I saw this young bunch of people, with bags full of their favorite beverages and food, and they were trying to enter the apartment. I mean, anybody could guess that they were getting into a house party.
Yeah.
So I became very nostalgic about the entire environment, and with all those mixed feelings, there came in a eureka moment where I thought, hey, why not create an Airbnb for house parties? And
Very cool.
that's how we thought of the idea. And when I came
And
back
look
to
where it
India, I
is today,
started.
man. I mean, it's such a cool thing. I mean, this is literally what everyone needs in today's day and age. Now, this is what fascinates me, tech that is in tune with the times, right? And that's where Srinivas kind of comes in. He's been so sweet to kind of break down where the idea came from, how things have been going, the trends that we see in house parties and partying in 2021 and 2022 that might be in front of us. Srinivas, a lot of times the issue becomes that, yes, like you said, we have a culture of living with our parents. You might not want to host that many parties at home, and which is why house parties become a rare occasion. So what I can do is I can rent out a space, and go and attend a party and have my friends over, and I'm back to my house the next day, and I'm everything's good, everything's great. But another thing kind of comes in when you look at people who own an extra space, right? An extra home that is just lying there, but they don't want to give it out on full fledged rent, but they want to make some form of passive income come from that place. You guys also fit in that space. Tell me how.
So yeah, so what we are trying to do here is, we are trying to create an ecosystem for house parties, right? It's not just, I mean, you cannot just host a party while you are staying inside your own house and make some money out of it. But also, if you have an extra space, or maybe you have a not just a second home, or maybe your extra space, it could be your living room, your backyard, your terrace. With us, you can list these spaces exclusively. So it's not necessary that you have to host a house party there, but there are a lot of people who are looking to host such venues, for their social gatherings. And that is what exactly they can do. They can find such spaces on our platform and lease it out on an hourly basis.
Some of the other cool things that I see actually on your platform on another tab as I kind of chat with you is that there are cool, types of parties like board game nights. Like if I like board games, I can attend a party like that. And, there's a roasting night, there's a murder mystery night, which is, all these fun party games you can play. There's a puzzle night, all these very different parties that are there. Uh, is this all the creativity of the people who are just on your platform, or are you guys guiding them towards this kind of direction?
Well, of course, yeah, there are certain level of guidance and recommendations that we do, right? So whenever somebody wants to send in a request to host a party, right? So we try to understand what their interests are, what is it that they like doing, what are the kind of people they would like to get connected with, and based on their interests and their understanding, we do recommend them certain things and try to funnel it down to themes. So which is what you can see, like the puzzle night, or there are people who love playing board games, so we try to suggest certain themes for them in terms of board games. There are certain people who probably like karaoke, so we suggest them a karaoke night. So yeah, so there are themes for every interest, and this is what we aspire to do: connect people over common interests.
Beautiful. Srinivas, I think, the whole evolution of partying has been such a cool thing to kind of get into, especially from a tech perspective. And I wish you and all, the people at Playace all the very, very best. This is such a cool and innovative thing. And I'm so happy to speak with you on the show, man. Thanks so much for doing this. This has been so great.
Thanks, Kay. Thanks for having us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on more content.